Eight.
Fuck.
No, I can't because we just started a recording.
I didn't hit the button. Jesus Christ.
Well, here we are tonight. We discuss the first PG-13 movie. We're not going to say the title all night. You're going to have to guess what it is. But here's a hint.
Is this really the first PG-13 movie?
It is. It is the first PG-13. The second was The Flamingo Kid. They shelved it for 5 months without releasing it because of the ruckus that this movie made. It was the most violent movie, mainstream movie, because obviously, like, when did Faces of Death come out? I mean, that was right around the same time.
Internet.
That's like internet before the internet. Anyway, here's the first question. How pissed do you think that Hugh Jackman was that Chris Hemsworth got cast? How does Wolverine lose out of the Red Dawn recasting to Thor?
You're such a dick.
What kind of foresight is that?
Well, you just gave away the movie.
Yeah, we're not actually not saying the title. Red Dawn, 1984s. We're not doing the remake. Come on. Catch up.
That was good.
Jesus. 17 mil to make, made 38 million.
Really?
I feel like it over time it has probably made triple that. It had to have.
I would imagine.
One of the most popular 80s movies. It poses the question, what happened if Russia and Cuba decided we're going to carve the middle of America out?
Well, so interestingly enough, this follows hot on the heels of the Able Archer war scare in 1983. I think, which probably had a large effect on how popular this movie was, because it was not a good movie.
Tell us about the Able Archer war scare.
What? I feel like Able Archer is almost like that game where it's like, my name's Able Archer and I shoot anti-aircraft.
What?
No?
Anyways,
somebody's...
the Able Archer crisis. So let's just clarify for those who don't know. NATO was conducting a routine exercise, and they had named the movement Able Archer as a simulation.
I thought it was named after a maid who comically stumbled in the middle of the whole thing.
Nope, not at all. The Soviet Union, in this case, in Ben's scenario, the Soviet Union would be Able Archer, interpreted the exercise as a prelude to a first strike. A lot of it's still classified, but yeah, apparently the closest we've ever come to an actual World War III.
Wow. Is it? That's a bold statement in 2022.
That's what the Titan Missile Museum says online.
I feel like all it takes is us being like, all right, enough. And then shit pops off.
Yes. Well, let's
cannot stand against your aggression.
We would have won.
Obviously, the movie shows us that.
It's true.
I mean, we know what the second most powerful military in Ukraine is, and it's Russia.
Russia's. Yeah. In my little reading of the trivia, they talk about how some abandoned tanks in the Ukraine got Wolverines sprayed on them.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's pretty cool. All right, so
you know what else is pretty cool? This movie, but Joe doesn't think so. Joe, why don't you rate it and grade it?
Oh my God! So this movie was picked. This was one of our very first fan picks. One of our very first subscriber viewers. Maybe he's not a fan, but he watches our shit.
Shout out,
Billy. Made the recommendation for this off one of Russell's comments, and we just kind of swept it under the rug. But today's the day.
We've been waiting for the right time.
Today's the day.
It's over a year later. Thanks, Billy.
This is our 100th episode.
We keep our
promise to make it special.
There it is, the centennial.
I figure I'm just going to say that for the next 10 episodes, and one of them is going to be right.
I think you might be right, actually.
Yeah, we're right there.
Yeah, we're right close.
Man. Googler's on it. Yeah, Googler's on it. Yeah, no, there were a lot of men in this movie. Yeah, absolutely.
Mostly, although the women were there. It's a C minus, like maybe a D. It was
How many? Sorry to interrupt
Are you though?
your rating. I'm not. I'm good at this.
What is this? Amateur hour? Come on.
We've lost 2 episodes, right? 2 episodes are in the ether.
No, I think 3 or 4. That's neither.
Okay.
here nor
Well,
there.
we have 98 episodes that actually happened. So this is our 99th.
Wow.
All right, cool.
Wow.
So fuck you, Billy.
Yes.
Eat a dick.
Russ had to destroy
Yeah,
the happy
yeah,
vibes.
You were going to be our centennial episode,
Wait,
and now you're just the guy before. You're the penultimate.
Wait.
Yeah,
Did we
you're the pencil.
did we post Tenet yet? Did we post Tenet?
Tenet's uploaded. It's not been distributed, but it's
Then
uploaded.
this is
so
our
it-
100th episode. Happy
Whoa!
birthday, Billy.
Oh, nice
Confetti and
turnaround.
balloons.
Yay.
No, nobody watching this would ever care. Thank you
I
for
put a
making it
challenge
this
out.
far.
Have you seen all 100?
Hey,
Jason,
covered
I
in
have.
film challenge. Cover yourself in film.
Yep.
It's a D. It didn't stand the test of
Oh,
time.
damn. It just dropped.
The editing was not done well. The scripting wasn't done well. The character development wasn't done well. The story itself was a little outside of believability. I mean, kids in semi-rural, I wouldn't say it's fully rural, but semi-rural Colorado.
Oh, they're right on the edge of them Rockies, man.
Yeah, it's just semi-rural, right? Like, I mean, it wasn't a farm town, but it was a country town, right? And they just know how to move as a unit and exercise guerrilla tactics with no mentorship and crazy, ridiculous pursuit. Yeah, nah, I mean, I could go on, but I'm gonna wait for somebody else's rating. So
Too late.
I'm opening with a D.
Wow. Russ, 1984. You are negative 13?
No.
No.
How young do you think I am, motherfucker?
This the year you were born?
No, actually, I wasn't born yet. I'm -2.
Not even a
Okay.
glimmer in his daddy's eye yet.
So you didn't
He
see
was
this
probably-
movie in the movie theaters?
He was probably thinking about me. That was a thought. You know, I think I was a planned baby. Anyways,
I mean, you like to think you're a planned baby. I think
We
that's
all like
yeah, could be a terrible accident, but I am the first, so that would be tragic. Anyways, this is a movie where since Joe had picked it, I thought I was gonna have to come in a difference of opinion than Joe. I think he actually is being a little mean with the D. The D's really low.
That's what she said.
It's true. It's down there.
Being a little
but-
mean with the D.
You know, and I think the main problem with this movie, Ben, I think I've said this before, when we did Starship Troopers, Ben says this movie holds up. And then he talked about some movies that didn't hold up. This movie might be the most not hold uppy of all movies that we've done.
Hold up.
I mean,
You heard it here first, folks.
I don't know. Probably it's definitely up there on the hasn't held up list.
Yeah, at its time, I can trying to appreciate it for what it is. I could maybe give it a C minus. I don't want to go into the D's. It just seems mean for this movie, but it's awful. Ben, your rating?
Joe's always throwing the D around. It's just
Wow.
my nature.
Wow. All right. Well, you're both wrong. This is Red fucking Dawn.
Here we go.
1984. This is every adolescent's first foray into the light side of a post-apocalyptic situation.
Mhm.
You just get the tip, just the tip.
Mhm.
And it's poorly acted. I found myself thinking like, oh my God, what notes were they giving Leah Thompson? Like, come on, man.
Were
You
they
gotta have a
giving her
character.
notes? Were they giving her notes? I feel bad for the actors. They had nothing to pull from. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Things are different now.
Yeah,
Dude, the actors
go
went
ahead.
through a boot camp. The actors actually had a rough ass time. They learned to shoot. C. Thomas Howell, fun fact, was a rodeo rider and knew how to ride a horse, taught everybody else how to properly ride a horse.
Nice.
Jennifer Grey has said this was her funnest time ever making a movie, which is interesting because this is the movie where her and Patrick Swayze started to hate each other, or at least Patrick Swayze started to hate Jennifer Grey and then had to be talked into doing Dirty Dancing with her because he was like, she's a clown. It's a solid C. This movie's a staple.
Hey, for all that defending, he's like 1 point above.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. It hasn't held up. The scene where they go see Harry Dean Stanton at the drive-thru and they're on the two sides of the fence.
Right.
And he's like, I treated you bad, but this is why. It's like, dude, in 2022, that's a no-no. That's
dude, there was so much toxic masculinity in this movie. I mean, it astounded me as a father that's
that
raising
hatred's
a son,
gonna burn you up, boy.
raising two sons. Yeah, I mean, don't cry. Turn
Keeps
it
me
into something
warm.
else.
That's right.
Don't ever cry again.
When he yells, avenge me as they're going away.
Yeah, right.
I just wanted to take the fork that's eating my dinner with and stab it into my brain.
Damn. That's harsh. That's harsh.
Maybe
Dude,
not that bad.
the
Just
scene
like
was
right
bad.
off the bat, when you're watching this movie and the paratroopers come in and you see what they're wearing, you're like, what the fuck?
What? It's like snowy plains camouflage.
They're wearing plastic bags with polka dots on them.
Hey,
And
man, MC Hammer was big, bro.
and it does not match the terrain remotely.
Yeah, it was a
it's
big
like
problem.
it's dirt and
Consistently.
weeds, and they're wearing white and black. It's horrible.
Yeah, the camouflage was consistent. The soldiers that are obviously walking through and looking specifically for somebody when they're tracking them down with the tracker. And they're specifically looking for somebody. It's like, dude, you don't see that 50 caliber gun sticking out of the friggin' bush 5 feet in front of you.
Camouflage.
That's got the gun, the shield on it to protect the shooter. That's got, because they tied a rag around the. Yeah, no, I could go on.
I understand that there was a cut scene where Patrick Swayze says to a soldier, "What's black and white and red all over you?" and then shoots him. I hear they had to cut that. It fit into the escape montage.
Oh my god! I do have a fun fact here that Jennifer Grey's character was supposed to have did have a love scene with
Powers Booth.
Powers Booth.
Yeah,
that got cut
because they were like, "Oh, that's icky,"
and she was upset about it. Well, yeah, because the age difference.
Yeah,
he was upset.
And
about
in the
it.
movie, it's Leah Thompson who's like in love with the dude.
Right.
So it's like, damn, Jennifer Grey just did her sister like that. That's fucked up.
Well, I mean, the little comment about what's up your ass. Wait, I'll fucking kill you. I was like, whoa. So much was left to illusion in this movie.
You know what? You want to know? This is gonna sound terrible, but I
by all means,
I always,
it's covered in film. Bring it out.
Every episode. I don't know if our viewers know this, but every episode I have the internet up. And one of the pages that I have up is the cast. The cast of all the show.
If there is a watcher who is watching this show and doesn't realize that the internet is involved with 3 people in different places recording a show, turn it off.
Hey,
go to the library. and
Hey.
get yourself an education.
That's true. But I do this specific thing, and I do not always remember when you guys talk about a character, Powers Booth, for example.
Okay, Andy, the shot
And
down
I
fighter
immediately-
pilot.
I just look to my left a little bit, and I'm like, who was that? When you do that for this movie, the only person who's identifiable is Patrick Swayze because he died 20 years ago. Everybody else is
But-
so old that
Hey,
I
was it
look
really
at
20
their
years ago?
It was 2009, 15
okay.
ish.
Oh, damn.
That's sad, man.
That is crazy.
Sad.
But I mean,
Patrick
in
Swayze conversation coming soon.
Charlie Sheen, I guess his picture, he kind of just looks like he's full of cheese, but he's the same old Charlie Sheen. But everyone else is so old, I cannot tell who they are.
Whatever, dude. Harry Dean Stanton still looks like a tweaker that's friggin' strung out.
Who? Which
Exactly. Their
scroll
dad.
through all this.
Avenge me.
Oh, yeah,
he
looks like the
Avenge
same guy.
Yeah, no, he looks the same.
I much
He
prefer
looks
him,
like he was 100
being
years
worried
old.
about money and space.
Lane Smith. He looks the same. Powers Booth
Yeah.
is just instantly recognizable, even though he's like old as fuck now. But he's still
He's passed away. He's
he's
passed away.
gone. Yeah,
He
see?
really his role in Deadwood I thought was his
Booth
best
does
acting
not look
ever.
the same.
What's that?
Powers Booth does not look the same. I look at that and I'm like, is that a lawyer from CSI or what's going on here?
Okay. All right. I got one question. Before we get into the WOD, before we get it out, as it were. So this is our 100th show. We're gonna say it. We're calling it.
Cool.
Uh,
Brand
we-
is
we-
awesome.
I got a two-parter. First part. Do you think if we were earlier in the show count and you weren't such advanced movie reviewers that you might enjoy this movie a little more?
I do. Yeah.
Part
I think
one.
I don't know if I would have actually enjoyed watching it more, but I think I would have. No, I probably on both accounts. I would have given it a higher rating just for that nostalgia feeling. And you know, when you watch a movie every week for basically a job now, some of the movies, when a movie sucks, it sucks extra bad. And so
Yes, it does.
this movie, the bad parts were extra bad. Whereas if it was early on in doing this, it would have been fine.
You'd be like, let's just not do this too much more. Joe,
Yeah.
what do you think? Have you seen this movie enough times to know that you don't like it at all?
No, I agree. I think prior to doing Covered in Film that I wouldn't have been as critical. But now, unfortunately, I've been contaminated by your guys' views on movies.
Oh, thank
and
you for not just pointing it
suddenly
straight at me.
like character development and plot holes suddenly stand out. You know, and it's difficult to just enjoy a movie for the movie's sake.
Sometimes you
Um,
just got to let the art wash over you.
Yeah, no,
It's a
this
quote
was
from The
like-
Big Chill.
Yeah,
Touch,
watch
hit the
it.
button.
Excellent episode of Covered in
Lawrence
Film.
Kasdan,
Yeah.
my boy.
Was it?
Check in with your friends. Call them. Don't just text
That's
them.
right.
Call
That's
them.
right.
Guys,
Okay.
I think we need to stop recording and restart because this is our 100th episode and this sucks so far.
Wow. All right, moving on. Jesus,
Call
take
out.
it to
You guys
it.
smell
Fucking
out.
wait. You just beat the wait for a screeching halt. Second part to that question: out of all the episodes we've done so far, which one would you most like to redo, rewatch, and
Monty Python.
How? That was such a fun show.
I just want to see if we could do better now with all our training.
No, I don't think there's any way
Absolutely
we could do that
not.
show better.
Are
No,
you
that
kidding me?
show is a work of art.
You mean one that we could have done better? I'd really like to go back and
personal
do
preference. If you
Let's
want to
do
do
The
Monty
Kingdom.
Python, that's fine.
The Kingdom when I tried to do that.
That's one of our lost episodes.
Yeah.
We're probably at like 102, 103 at this point.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
it's our 100th episode. Joe, what do you think?
I've got a two-part answer. The first one being Prestige.
Inception.
I'd love to come do Prestige
Right.
again, just because I drank way too much that night. Wait. Let me say something the 6th time. Yeah, no. Still a great episode. Go watch it. And then, yeah, I mean, the default highly debated, most contested topic on this show since its inception is going to be Inception, the lost episode 2.5. It doesn't
That's
even
right.
really exist. It's not really out there.
Yeah, let's do Inception.
So if Inception,
No, we shouldn't do them over. I'm just saying which one.
But it disappeared.
Personally, no, it's out there.
it's out
I'd
there.
like
We
to
found
do-
it.
I'd do Children of Men again because I love that movie because Russ wasn't part of it at that time. I love that movie and it would be great to talk about it again. And I want to watch it because I haven't watched it in at least 6 months.
Plus, I love that movie, so it'd be great.
Such
I
a
feel
good
like
movie.
I feel like that was a dynamic episode. We covered a lot, but it would be more fun to add Russ into the mix. That's for sure.
We were a dynamic duo. First time that word's ever been put together. And it's true. It was Joe and I.
Hashtag
All right,
trademark.
let's get the wad out. Writer, director.
This is
what's
all
his
you,
name?
Ben.
John Milius.
I have no idea who that is.
And we're done with that. Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze is all that
Patrick
matters.
Swayze, taken way too soon. Wrote the song
Huge.
She's Like the Wind. I mean, come on. When's the last time you listened to She's Like
Dirty
the Wind?
Dancing.
She's Like the Wind. Ghost.
Ghost. He's
Roadhouse.
another
I
huge
think
one.
we brought up, I've seen Next of Kin so many times. So many
Oh yeah,
times.
no, that's
I
another
love
one. That's
catching
another good
pieces
one.
of that movie because every time a car is starting to drive away and they've got a shot of it, they play the sound of the tires peeling out.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously not peeling out to leave, but during the 80s, you had to really lean on those sound effects to
Constantly.
convey the notion. Yeah,
Yeah, constantly.
absolutely.
Patrick Swayze is an acting staple. I mean, dude was all over the place. Dirty Dancing, we mentioned. Ghost, The Wrong Fu, Thanks for Everything. Julie Newmar. Tu Wong Fu, you're right. But Thanks for Everything,
Wrong
Julie
Fu.
Newmar.
You're the
That was a
wrong fool up
great
in this.
movie.
Dude, that had Wesley Snipes and John Leguizamo in it, all in drag.
No,
That
that's
guy
a
was
great
in-
movie.
Patrick
Point-
Swayze was in Fox and the Hound too. Let's not forget.
Point Break.
Point Break via con Dios.
Nobody has mentioned Donnie Darko.
Another line in this movie. Vaya con Dios.
It is, and it's also spoken in Point Break. Yeah, nobody did bring up Donnie Darko. Who has actually watched Donnie Darko?
I did once. That's it.
Dude, that's the best movie that he's been in. And I don't even like it.
What? Oh my God. How are we friends?
I mean, it's just not my thing. Honestly,
Black Dog was another one of his that I liked.
Hey,
There's-
mama,
there's-
said the way you move.
there's
gonna
not
make
really
you
a
sweat, gonna make you groove.
I don't really
Yeah.
like Patrick Swayze movies. I'll just throw it out
What
there.
the fudge?
I love the guy and I respect him.
That's it.
And
Cut it. We're
Cheese and
done.
rice.
We're
he
done.
was taken
Shut
from
the
us.
front door.
Just stop
he was-
recording.
I wish he was still here.
Me too.
There's a lot of people who could have gone before him.
She's
but-
like the wind.
Yeah, his stuff's
A whole
pretty-
musical career that we never got to realize.
And I
His
mean,
stuff's pretty cheesy. I mean, we have David Hasselhoff.
well,
whatever.
he was a dancer. Let's not forget he was a dancer. Dude, the Chippendale sketch on Saturday Night Live with Chris Farley. They're come on, dude. When you think of Patrick Swayze, do you not remember the Chippendale sketch that shot Chris Farley into stardom and was perfect, pitch perfect, highly debated. A lot of people said, Chris, don't do it. Chris said, fuck you, it's hilarious.
Good job, Chris. Another one that was taken from us way too soon.
Absolutely.
That guy was a comedic genius.
Agreed.
I loved his movies.
Agreed. Russ is busy Googling. So
Who's next in the wad, Ben?
No, I'm changing my
Run us
thing.
through the
Also-
wad.
also Patrick Swayze got frostbite while filming this movie. Good stuff.
Did he
CTH.
Hey, you guys
See,
didn't.
Thomas Howell.
You didn't defend him very well. I felt.
Well,
We-
you know, I'm
he
so
doesn't
sorry I
need
couldn't
defending.
please you,
He's
Russ.
What is-
fucking Patrick
What is
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze's best movie? Ben.
His probably Ghost, dude.
Ghost is pretty solid.
He's sick as fucking Ghost. That story is really good.
I rest my case. Patrick Swayze, not really for me.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. You're
Like,
allowed.
if that's
You're
I get
allowed
that-
to be retarded.
I got it. It's
Nobody's
cool.
gonna
Yeah.
hold it against you.
I don't
just
like
saying,
good things. My name is
like,
Russ. I understand.
When you just talk about it, when you talk about Red Dawn with your friends, like, oh shit, that movie's cool. Then you watch it and you're like, this movie's
those words never came out of my mouth. Those words never came out of my mouth.
Whatever. It's like camping and fighting invaders in the zombie apocalypse. But when you actually watch movies like Ghost and Red Dawn, I mean, just personally for me, I'm like, I'd rather watch a lot of other things.
Roadhouse
watch
was
Newsies.
Roadhouse was decent, but it was definitely a chick flick.
I've never watched it.
I've seen it. It's
They're
not
all
bad.
chick flicks.
It's Patrick Swayze. Why not?
Pretty much. I mean, no,
That's
that
why
was
it's not
his.
for me. I said I respect the guy. It's just not for me.
All right.
C. Thomas Howell. I feel like the scene, the sequence where they figure out that the mayor's son has swallowed a bug and they are tracking him. And then Patrick Swayze can't bring himself to kill him. And C. Thomas Howell's like, not a problem.
Yep, done.
Really kind of cements that this kid is like, he's come 360. He's now reborn again as somebody else.
Oh yeah, no, he went all the way in. That was one of the only real
arc.
That was the only other character that had any arc. That was one of my biggest complaints with this movie is like there was such a disconnect in all of the character development with what they showed. And so much of their character development was left to, like I said before, illusion, just, alluded to, that you didn't really have any attachment. Like when that one kid, I can't even remember, maybe it's C. Thomas Howell, it might have been him, who puts his mask up and Wolverines and goes head on with a Russian military attack chopper and gets blasted all to shit.
This is the dumbest thing in the world.
I don't even know who that kid was. I'm sorry. You know what? He's dead. They carved his name in the rock. I couldn't keep track of him. I had a hard time caring about the kids except for the two brothers. They were the only characters that had any development.
Charlie Sheen up in this piece.
Yeah.
For his debut movie. He's awful. He's super wooden and just blah. But, you really, him and his brother make it till the end, right? I feel like this movie.
They made it to the park bench.
Right, the park bench. Don't they make it? Don't they get on a train?
No, they got on the train and they got shot.
I always feel like if
you
they
just watched the movie.
Well, spoiler alert. I had to start it late.
Didn't finish it.
I got to where they kick the food off of the truck. Somebody eats the thing, and Jennifer Grey explodes into down feathers. And that's
you didn't finish the movie.
Hey man, you guys wanted to start this show and then took an extra hour. What can I say? I finished the movie before. I have finished this movie a number of times.
I don't know if that's an endorsement.
Well, it's not.
You're
Charlie Sheen. I feel like I always think of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Another movie with him and Jennifer Grey.
Yeah.
Where they're in the police station and he's asking her, he's doing the finger thing. Dude, we need to do that movie. That's a fun movie.
I don't know how we haven't.
Darren Dalton. Who? Jennifer Grey.
Wait, when I think of Charlie Sheen, I always think of Apocalypse Now.
Interesting.
Because he's not in Apocalypse Now.
That's Martin Sheen.
Good
The
stuff.
better actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Glad
Russ,
it was Russ
keep talking.
and not me.
Come on.
Platoon he is in.
Platoon is probably his best.
What is it? 2.5 Men?
No, have you seen
That's
him?
the
No,
one.
Men at Work. Him and Emilio, bro.
Nah,
No.
Men at Work's good. That's not a bad
2.5 Men is his best shit.
Oh, shut the front door. Jesus. Cheese and
I mean,
rice.
honestly, the best thing he's ever been in is when his dad was in Mass Effect 2.
Wow, his dad.
Yeah,
Is it just
What do you-
just the seed of his DNA. Wow.
This is why people stop watching the show, Russ.
Wow.
Hey, what do you think of when you think of Charlie Sheen? Cocaine.
I mean, yeah, cocaine.
Tiger blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Tiger-
The train
Tiger
wreck.
blood. I am winning.
Yes. Yes.
That's
the
his
train wreck he
tagline.
has become.
If I was Charlie
If
Sheen, I would do
he-
nothing but sell bumper stickers that said, I am winning. Everybody
probably
knows
does.
it. Everybody knows it. If he's not, I'm gonna.
If he and Mel Gibson and Russell Crowe started a club,
See, I thought you were gonna say had a love child. We're going different directions.
I don't even know where I'm going with this.
It'd be like the
but
Terrascue. It'd be so destructive and such a force. Be like the Terrascue summoned.
Tarasque, you mean a Tarask?
No, I mean a Terrascue.
It's
It's a big monster that you fight with melee weapons.
Interesting. With melee
Oh.
weapons.
David Hasselhoff,
Oh my God. Leave.
David Hasselhoff would
Unsubscribe.
also be in that club. And now,
Dude, David
Wilson-
Hasselhoff.
I feel like David Hasselhoff ate a
club
cheeseburger
of
drunk
his-
one time and his kid recorded it. Now he's looked at it a monster. Whatever.
Dude, David, he's in a league of his own. I can't remember what movie. I
No,
watched.
that's Tom Hanks.
Hop. We had to
Tom
watch.
Hanks, John Lovitz. Like I don't think
Oh my
Hasselhoff is in
God,
that
here
movie at all.
No crying in
we
baseball.
go. Here we go. Back to
Remember somebody throwing
Russell's
a rosin
nomination
bag
for
in
the
my face
GOAT.
and telling me to get my fat ass
what
behind
is
home
this?
plate.
What is happening? How do people watch this? There's like 40 of you out there.
They don't. We got
are
72
we doing?
subscribers and like
72 subscribers.
5
They all
watchers,
love
and
it.
3 of them are on the show right now.
Hey, Alex, if you made it this far, I want to know what you think.
And Billy, mad love, because I know you're watching the Red Dawn
Appreciate it, Billy.
episode. Yeah.
Hey, Billy, pick another movie, and in 2023, we will review it.
We're gonna keep showing up, ladies and gentlemen, whether you do
That's
or
right.
not.
We're 100 in. We got 100 more minimum before we are done. And I'm telling you, that's conservative.
We're not done
Conservative.
until the arteries in my heart are clogged too much.
Hey, and
There
the
you
work
go.
you've been doing
I like
against
that.
your cholesterol,
Yeah.
that's pushed way back. You're doing a
Good-
great job.
Good on
Shane.
you, Russ. Good on you,
Good
Russ.
At
for
least
you.
2 or 3 years. Come on.
What else do we got?
WAD, we're working through the WAD. You still got a couple.
I
You got any
mean,
more of
who-
these actors you want to talk about? Really?
It's fucking Jennifer
I mean,
Grey. She
we
got plastic
could.
surgery. Leah Thompson, bad in this movie, great in Back to the Future.
Lane
Ben
Smith
Johnson,
had a
who
very
plays the
storied
guy's
soap
house.
opera career, didn't he? Didn't Lane Johnson? Wasn't he a big soap opera actor?
The guy who plays the
mayor.
the mayor.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of shit as just kind of that same skeevy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does the skeevy good.
Yep.
I can't wait to listen to this episode.
But would you just stop bringing it up? You are absolutely making
It's
it
going to be
unbearable.
awesome.
Harry Dean Stanton, we talked about his few scenes were really ridiculous. Hey, they're out in the woods for 6 months. Were they just giving each other the exact same haircut every few days? How come nobody had
Absolutely. There's no stubble.
any? Not a fucking
those
thing.
guys. I mean, Patrick Swayze is like a baby's butt.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, every
Even-
time.
even-
I mean,
Powers Booth has some scruff. Never gets worse.
no,
Never
never gets bad. The girls, the mustaches never grow out. I mean,
That's written into their contract.
Jennifer Grace did a little bit. Anyways, C. Thomas Howell, he's one of the people in this cast lineup.
CTH.
You look at him now in his current Google image picture.
Uh-huh.
That guy would easily live in the mountains and commit murder against Russians.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, his current
I'll have
current
to look that up.
picture
You
is
could
no.
honestly
He
like
looks like
change
me on
his name.
episode 1.
Oh,
could-
wow.
Yeah,
I played Soul Man.
I was just about to say,
You know what I mean? There's a whole movie where he's in blackface.
please don't say that.
There is Soul Man. Look it up, dude. It was a big hit.
I was right about to make a segue into backing up Joe and saying his nickname could be Rolling with Joe, but the blackface comment just killed it.
Fair
What
enough.
do you know about
Fair
that?
enough.
Funny that movie Soul Man kind of talks about taking this pill that darkens your skin. There's a really great book called Black Like Me where a white journalist does the same thing in real life and then goes to the South and sees how horrible people are treated that are of that ethnicity. Got to dance around.
What movie was it?
everything.
Yeah.
I know it's a book called Black Like Me. It's really, really good. True story of a guy keeping a journal of going around the South. And, it was a passion project of Patrick Swayze, I think, to get it made. But then
Here we are.
Thomas Howell said no. And then Jennifer Grey said, I won't act in that, and fell apart.
I just Google image Soul Man.
Did
Pretty
you?
upset.
Is it him with his back against the thing looking cool? I remember that being the cover.
No, it just looks like a really, really white guy doing something stupid.
They're like, let's take all of the colorization out of this. Well, it's out there. You
Should
can't
be in
hide
black
your
and white.
scars,
It
America.
exists. Much like this
Oh,
movie
man.
exists.
It does. It does. And it's so ingrained into the culture that they remade it.
Which was
They remade
just
Soul
as
Man?
bad.
For this movie.
Why do I show up? 100 weeks I asked myself this question.
All right, I'm sorry. I realized that you were talking about Red Dawn, the remake. A minute. Should we just call it there? Thank you, everybody. Like, subscribe. We love you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This train's going off the rails and it's phenomenal. All right. Yeah. Who saw the remake of Red Dawn?
I did.
I did.
Yeah.
I think Ted
Actually-
Danson was going to be in the remake of Soul Man. It didn't work out
Actually-
well.
I thought that at the
I thought
time
they had
it was
Sylvester Stallone cast for that.
That's right. And
I didn't
people
even
were
hear
like,
what you said.
I'm all right with it.
I didn't even hear what you said. I was so busy listening to myself. God damn it, Russ. Fucking idiot. Anyways,
Wow.
Did you watch the remake of Red Dawn?
I did watch it. It's 10 years old right now.
Uh-huh.
And I thought the plot for my time, because I was not even alive in 1984, it was really interesting because if you guys haven't seen it, it's about North Korea wanting more land and they invade Australia, who does not use most of their land. And I actually thought it was better than this movie, but
feel like-
mostly because the things that didn't hold up about this movie were just worse than the bad parts about that movie. That movie's a C. This movie's a C minus.
Mm. Mm.
So still not a resounding endorsement.
Right.
I
It was all right.
I feel like the remake suffered from a lot of the same problems that this one did. I think if they'd have come in and done a full reimagining, that it could be a compelling story. I feel like when they filmed the 84 original version, it probably was a compelling story. But the editing and the bad script writing.
Yeah,
and the bad acting.
not good.
It just left so much on the table. A few moments, but the scene with the brothers where he walks out. Hey, what are you doing, Jen? Why are you whispering? Well, it feels like a quiet moment on the mountains, and
They don't even take notice of us, bro.
Right, a couple real poignant moments that could have been done, but just the framing was off, the cinematography was off. It just didn't work. They just didn't execute.
And it needed a soundtrack. It needed a poppy upbeat soundtrack.
Absolutely needed a soundtrack.
All you had to do was add some 80s pop songs to this movie, and it was much better. Way more lighthearted.
Instantly.
And it was like a romp rather than some serious shit.
The scene where they're driving up on that roadblock and they drive, it's a Chevy Blazer, right? They drive it out into the...
No, it's a Chevy Stepside.
Yeah, the Cheyenne.
And they drive it.
That's right.
They drive it out and it's
Whatever,
like bouncing around.
Uh-huh.
That'd be great for... What? By the way, why did they just pull over and get out and like, prep up for getting shot? Joe, you just keep...
I have no idea. They just stopped driving. Yeah, no, that was dumb.
Oh, it was the fog cloud rolled in and they were like, oh, we're safe in the fog cloud.
Oh, I didn't see all that.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. The fog cloud rolls in and they're like, get out, because they can't see us so well because now we're in fog. And then the helicopter shows up and saves their ass.
I don't remember a fog cloud.
Well, what was the song,
Dirt
Russ?
Cloud. Yeah, what was the song? We're way off in the bushes.
That's
the theme tonight.
During that part, it would have been really great if they had a little song.
Just like the kids in the movie. Yeah, we are off in the bushes.
Yeah,
sometimes you got to go off in the bushes to survive.
Much like the 70s porn. We're off in the bushes.
Whoa. Hey. I like the NWA where they do the got him. Boom. That would be that right there at the.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Wasn't out at that time, I don't think.
Maybe. Maybe.
They would add to it pulled, but they're still the library of available music that they could have added to this soundtrack could have definitely upped the game.
I feel like you could do a super cut of the crying and tent scenes, cut to Madonna's "Like a Prayer."
I feel like this is
amazing.
This is an untapped meme market, and we should probably shut up and save it for the Patreon.
No.
Hey. So the thing that this movie does that like gives it any kind of saving grace is it's the whole you're an 18-year-old guy and something bad's going to happen in the world and you're going to go live in the woods with your buddies, eat rabbits, and it's all going to be cool because you got your rifles.
That's right.
Kill
your first deer and you got to drink its blood.
That's right.
Now you're a real hunter.
But to you guys, what is there one that stands out that actually does it really well? The survival game.
Oh, I mean, Revenant.
Revenant is a good one.
I mean,
but for the survival game,
they're traveling through the wilderness. Their job, except they get attacked by Indians and then they're fucked. But I don't know, a better one. This one's got a really good like the kid version of it. You know what I mean? So many zombie movies have really given us like that. You got to stock up, you got to stay with your head on a swivel, and you got to learn to survive. Like this is kids' version of that.
Yeah, it was. It just lacked so much for me in believability with the fact that the leader had no real experience. It wasn't until
that
almost
colonel shows up from the Air
through
Force.
the movie. Yeah, halfway through the movie before he shows up, and he's out in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He's
they're like,
in and out.
Sexual tension is building with this minor. We're going to have to kill him.
And the plot, like I wrapping my head around the whole plot didn't even happen until halfway through the movie. Like that should have been in the opening. It could have been so much better.
Dude, the opening's sick. It's like there's hunger places and then people don't like it and Honduras falls. America stands alone.
Yeah, no, that was great. The script, the text I hate to say that the text was the best part of the opening, but it
All right,
was.
tell the truth. Russ, did you read the text in the opening?
Dude, I did, and it went so fast that I had to rewind it and push pause. Like whoever thought that was an adequate amount of time to read those things.
It does move pretty quick.
Yeah. Hey, Zombieland was a good survival movie.
Yes,
What?
agreed.
Also, if you want to throw something obscure out there, Jungle Book, pretty good.
I mean, Hunger Games. Wait, what?
Whatever. Shut up.
All right. This has gotten we just did Jungle Book and Hunger Games.
All
What
right,
the
so are
fuck is
we
going on?
into the D yet? Or are we still working that A?
I feel like we've worked the A,
We have waxed that
We've
A.
covered.
and the writer and director is the same guy again.
Oh, so we're done.
Dude
So we're
wasn't
done.
great. Last fun fact I'll throw out is the operation to go get Saddam Hussein was nicknamed Red Dawn.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
Google it.
Fun fact.
Who knows?
It
if
wasn't
that's
called
true.
Darkest Hour because I just watched Darkest Hour.
No, isn't that Bin Laden?
Yeah, those are different people. Never mind.
They are different people. Racist.
No.
The fact that
No.
we have nicknames for codes to take out leaders of other countries is disturbing in and of itself.
Hey.
Indeed.
Ben, before we cancel this episode,
Cancel it.
we talked about episodes that we'd like to go back and redo.
She's like the wind.
So I got a question for you.
Okay.
If you just kept waking up every day and lived the same day over and over, what would you do?
I'd probably learn woodworking or
That's not true. This is bullshit. Joe, end the show.